sent text messages to somebody that I was dealing with me of me and him having sex. That's the type of shit I've been dealing with.
Welcome back to StarHush, where the tea stays hot and the drama never hits pause. Another day, another Offset meltdown, because Cardi B just dropped a bombshell confirming her pregnancy with none other than NFL star Stefon Diggs. And let's just say, Offset is not taking it well. Word in the streets is that he's been wilding behind the scenes, going off on people, acting out, and spiraling fast. Insiders say Offset's been raging ever since Cardi made it official. And now, it's not just about heartbreak, it's about revenge. That's right, Offset's not just sitting back with his arms crossed. Rumors are flying that he's plotting to sabotage Cardi's upcoming album rollout as payback for moving on so publicly. And if you know anything about Offset, you know he's got a history of being petty when he feels like someone played him. Sources say he's already been making calls, throwing shade, and trying to stir things up behind closed doors. Allegedly, he's reached out to people in Cardi's circle, trying to get info, slow things down, and even pull strings on her rollout schedule. It's given full-on sabotage mode. This ain't just jealousy, it's looking like an emotional meltdown dressed up as a revenge mission. Now here's the twist. Offset claims he's done with Cardi, claims he doesn't care what she does or who she's with, but his moves, they're saying the complete opposite. Every time Cardi makes a step forward, he pops up with more mess. And let's be real, Offset's always had a way of jumping in right when Cardi's career starts picking up steam, whether it's through surprise drama or pulling stunts that conveniently grab headlines. The latest spark? Cardi pretty much confirmed she's expecting baby number 4, and this time, it's not Offset's. The father, none other than Stefon Diggs, a top-tier wide receiver with money, clout, and a whole different energy. Cardi's been low-key about it, but fans picked up on the hints, the glow, the wardrobe switch-up, and those subtle posts that had folks doing detective work. Now it's official, and Offset's reaction has been loud without him even saying much. Folks close to him say he's been throwing low-key tantrums, turning up the bitterness, and pulling strings like he's trying to stop Cardi's whole rollout before it even starts. So here's how things really popped off. Someone dropped a picture of Cardi B and Stefon Diggs out together, and the caption, straight flames. It read, "A little birdie told me these two are already expecting." Yep, she's pregnant. And just like that, the internet broke into full chaos mode. Now, if there's one thing about Cardi, it's that she does not play when folks start digging into her private life, especially bloggers trying to spill tea she didn't serve. And this time, whoo! The streets were loud. People came at her hard, dragging her through the mud like she owed them answers. Some folks were even calling it wild that she'd be expecting a baby with Stefon after just a few months of dating. Like, for real?
Man sent text messages to somebody that I was dealing with me of me and him having sex. That's the type of shit I've been dealing with for the past 2 months. Every time he knows that I go out of town, he leave me voice notes trying to put my self-esteem to the ground, and I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of him and his girlfriend playing games on my phone, leaving explicit voice notes.
But here's where it gets real suspicious, because normally when rumors hit, Cardi claps back immediately. She's known for hopping on Twitter, pulling receipts, going live, and shutting it all the way down. If someone's lying, she's calling them out with facts, attitude, and that Bronx energy. But this time, not a single peep. No lives, no tweets, no rants, just silence. And that silence, fans took it as a quiet confirmation. People started whispering that her not denying anything was the clearest sign yet, like she was basically saying, yeah, it's true, without actually saying it. Then things got messier when videos started circulating, clips where Cardi looked like she might be showing a tiny bump. And listen, everybody knows Cardi keeps that waist cinched tighter than a corset. So the second there's a little curve out of place, people notice. Fans were zooming in, slowing down clips, comparing fits, breaking it all down like forensic experts. And one video in particular really had folks convinced. In it, she's walking with that natural glow and a midsection that definitely wasn't giving snatched. People online were saying, she definitely forgot to pull that stomach in. Others said, she's too far along now, it's poking through no matter what. The conversation flipped quick, from is she to oh yeah, she is. And it wasn't just the fans talking. Bloggers, insiders, and even some celeb tea pages were dropping hints and reposting the same clips. You could feel the energy shift. And once the pics and videos hit the internet, game over. At that point, it wasn't even up for debate anymore. It was obvious. The bump, the body language, the glow. It was giving full-on expecting mother energy. And fans were locked in. Cardi tried to play it cool at first. Low-key moves, no statements, staying quiet like everything was normal. But the internet don't miss. Clip after clip, photo after photo started leaking all over the timeline. People were analyzing every outfit, every pose, every angle. Some fans even started making threads breaking down the exact moment her bump supposedly popped. Eventually, the suspense couldn't hold up anymore. Cardi had to come clean. She stepped forward and confirmed what everyone had already figured out. Yes, she's pregnant. And let me tell you, the internet lost its mind. It was full meltdown mode, trending topics, reactions everywhere, and timelines flooded with shock, support, and some serious side eyes. And let's not forget, Cardi just had Blossom not too long ago. So hearing she's already expecting again had some folks doing double takes. But while the internet was buzzing, Offset, he was spiraling behind the scenes. Offset has been losing it ever since the news dropped, posting all kinds of subliminal stuff on social media, acting out online, and making himself look real emotional. He's been dropping lines like RIP Street Real One and I got 300 MO. Then he went and said, I'm a dog in real life. I ain't the candy lady, but it's honey bun today. Like, what is that even supposed to mean? And then he hit the timeline with, we never breaking up. We not a thing, baby. Fans instantly clocked it. He was shading Cardi, trying to sound unfazed, but the energy was screaming bitterness. Then to save face, Offset came back trying to walk it all back. He posted, everybody I post not about no none, trying to act like he wasn't even referring to Cardi, but come on. Everybody saw the timing, the tone, and the shade. The internet's not new to this. It's true to this. That's what's making the situation even messier. Offset's emotional spiral is giving you fumbled the bag energy, but people also started side-eyeing Cardi too, because now she's gone from one chaotic situation into another. Fans started pulling receipts on Stefon Diggs too. He's got a bit of a track record with complicated relationships and has been out here living real wild in public. While he might be a football star, some folks are saying Cardi might have just traded one kind of drama for another. Man, Stefon Diggs been getting called out by women left and right. One moment he's sliding into his ex's DMs, the next he's being spotted with someone new, while Cardi's name is still fresh in the mix. There's even talk of him expecting another baby with a different woman, like it's just another Tuesday. And the wildest part, Cardi's been seeing all of this unfold with her own eyes and still decided to move forward and have his baby. Now the internet is locked in, watching this messy triangle play out in real time, like it's some reality show. Offset is clearly spiraling, Stefon's still moving how Stefon moves, and Cardi, she's right there in the middle, pregnant, trying to stay focused on her music rollout and surrounded by chaos. And let's be real, this mess is just heating up. Folks who've been paying attention saw this drama coming from a mile away. Offset has been super salty ever since Cardi moved on, and not just with any regular dude, but with somebody bigger in the game. Stefon's got the bag, the fame, and the glow-up Cardi always talked about. So of course, Offset's feeling some type of way. He's allegedly been doing whatever he can behind the scenes to block Cardi's blessings. Straight sabotage moves. And if you know Offset, you know when he feels played, he doesn't just sit back and take it, he gets petty. This man's been known to mess up big moments when he feels like he's been left behind, so this ain't even shocking. Let's not forget how everything first popped off. When Cardi and Stefon were still trying to keep things low-key, all of a sudden DJ Academics got the exclusive tea. And boom, their whole situation hit the blogs. But what most people didn't know? That leak wasn't so random after all. Word on the streets is Offset was behind the whole thing. Allegedly, Offset went through Cardi's phone and found everything. Texts, pics, the whole deal. And let's just say, the messages showed Cardi was head over heels for Stefon and clearly ready to make that switch. Offset saw those receipts and didn't waste time. He hit up Academics, handed over all the proof, and next thing you know, it's trending everywhere. Academics, of course, jumped on it and blasted it all for clicks, and just like that, Cardi's private life was out in the open. The internet exploded, fans were shook, and Offset, he was grinning behind the scenes, starting his little sabotage campaign like it was chess, not checkers. And that was only the beginning. Since then, everything Cardi's tried to keep under wraps has been blowing up out of nowhere. Every time she moves in silence, something mysteriously gets exposed. Fans been connecting the dots, saying Offset's been out here playing puppet master, pulling strings to shake her world up just because he couldn't handle watching her shine with someone else.
That's Stefon Diggs, man. Oh yeah. By the way, there's 2 more rappers he now too. I'll tell y'all, but y'all gotta DM me. I got all the information for y'all. All right. Stefon Diggs is 2 other active rappers. Like y'all be claiming them, hugging them on the gram, kissing them, talking about Woman Crush Wednesday, all that. He's long. Well, I don't know if he got long. He is piping them out. I don't know how he's all y'all rappers. Yo, and the last thing I'm gonna say to Stefon Diggs, you're on my fantasy team, bro. I want you to keep doing good, bruh. Make this the last girl you try to or have. The next time, like you starting to inch into the territory, some of these shoot you. All that ACL got going on, they'll shoot you. So stop playing around.
Let's not act like we forgot that wild moment when Offset tried to throw major shade and flip the whole narrative by claiming Stefon was on the down low. Yep, that one messy move where Offset went online talking about go bother the gay ninja. People were like, wait, what? This man's been salty since day one, and every time Cardi steps out with Stefon, Offset can't help but start unraveling all over again. Instead of leveling up and keeping it moving, Offset keeps crashing out, throwing slick talk, and trying to push messy narratives to make Cardi and Stefon look suspect. But the only one really looking pressed and stuck in his feelings? Offset, hands down. His shade ain't slick. People are clocking him every single time. But his latest move, that one's got folks giving him the biggest side eye yet. Because now, Offset allegedly ain't just talking mess online. He's making real strategic moves to mess with Cardi's career. Since Cardi announced her pregnancy with Stefon's baby, Offset's whole vibe has been screaming bitter X energy. It's giving jealous, it's giving petty, and honestly, it's giving desperate. So what's he up to now? What's this new plan to throw dirt on Cardi's big moment? Let's break it down. Cardi finally gave her fans something they've been begging for. She announced her second album. We're talking years of folks waiting, speculating, hoping, and now she's finally delivering. She dropped the title for her first single, Outside. And just like that, fans started getting hyped again. The streets were ready. But here's where Offset pulled a move that looked way too shady to be a coincidence. Just a few hours, literally hours, after Cardi announced her single, Offset jumped online and suddenly announced his new song. And guess what? He said it was dropping the exact same day as Cardi's comeback single. Now, we could play devil's advocate and say maybe it's just a coincidence. But come on! With everything Offset's been doing behind the scenes and all the energy he's put into making sure Cardi don't shine, fans are not buying that this was random timing. The internet went straight into detective mode and the fan comments were brutal. People saw it for exactly what it looked like, a sabotage move to mess with her momentum. Under his post, folks were dropping comments like, "We know what you're doing here," and not you dropping the same day as your ex, trying to steal her moment. One comment straight up said, "Petty, when your baby mama's winning and you the only one pressed." Another added, "She was right when she said her man was her competition. You proving her point in real time." And to be fair, Offset's little announcement didn't even hit like that. Fans weren't really checking for his release. They were too busy calling him out for being messy and trying to rain on Cardi's parade. It's like every time she starts to rise, here comes Offset doing the most. Offset's sabotage stunt? Yeah, it didn't come out of thin air. If you've been paying attention, you already know Cardi's new track had some heat packed in it. It's giving direct shots at Offset, and the fans heard every word loud and clear. Remember a couple weeks ago when that unreleased snippet hit the net? The one where Cardi was dragging dudes left and right, basically saying they'll sleep with anything walking? She was fed up. At the time, she jumped online talking about how she had no plans to drop that track officially, claiming it was old and she didn't want to stir the pot. But fast forward to now, and guess what? She dropped that exact song anyway. And yo, when you actually listen to those lyrics, you can tell she was coming for Offset, no questions asked. She said, "Ninja's way too easy, good for nothing, low down under the dogs." And even threw in, "Next time you send your mama to her, have her put the..." You already know the rest. That line hit way too close to home, and Offset, yeah, he definitely felt that jab. Cause when you touch a nerve with a dude like him, you already know he gon' bark. And that's exactly what he did. Offset came crashing out with his typical slick responses, and this time, he went strategic. The moment Cardi announced she was dropping the song for real, Offset popped up, announcing his new track on the exact same day. Coincidence? Doubt it. That move looked calculated from every angle. Fans weren't fooled at all. They called it a classic Offset sabotage mission in full effect. But here's the kicker. Even with all that sneakiness, Offset's little power move backfired hard. His track did okay, debuting at number 72 on the Billboard Hot 100. Respectable, sure, but when you line that up next to Cardi's release, it's not even in the same conversation. Cardi's song, Pop Out, didn't just show up, it made a statement. That record debuted at number 10. Top 10, baby. So while Offset was busy trying to dim her shine, all he really did was spotlight just how big Cardi's wave is right now. She slid in, dropped the track folks had been begging for, and completely overshadowed Offset's rollout. The internet didn't waste a second dragging him either. Everyone said the same thing. He tried to block her moment and ended up looking even more pressed. It's been a wild ride lately, and Offset, man's not taking it well at all. Ever since his little Sabotage plan flopped like a cold pancake, he's been on the internet throwing shade left and right. Instead of falling back and reflecting, he's doubling down on the petty. This man really hopped online and accused Cardi of using her pregnancy as a promo stunt. Yes, for real. He said, "Go roll out in PR. Today I passed." Like, what? The jealousy is loud and the energy, real bitter. At this point, Offset is giving green-eyed energy non-stop. He's been caught throwing shade, plotting behind the scenes, and doing the most every time Cardi and Stefon so much as breathe in public. Every time they pop out, Offset seems to lose it just a little more. Some folks are saying he's just salty because Cardi upgraded, leveled up with a new man, new glow, and a new baby on the way. But others, they think there's a lot more going on under the surface. Could Offset be spiraling because he fumbled a once-in-a-lifetime come-up? Or is he stressed because things like child support or alimony might shift now that there's another man in the picture? Either way, you'd think he'd be rooting for Cardi to keep climbing. If she wins, that helps him too, right? But instead, he's acting like her biggest rival, like he's trying to take her down instead of lift her up. With Stefon possibly stepping into that full-time role and Cardi moving forward unbothered, Offset's looking more and more like he's stuck in the past. He could be focusing on his own bag, his own legacy, but instead, he's out here trying to compete with a woman who already passed him. And that's what's really got folks scratching their heads. Like, what is he really fighting for at this point? But let me tell you one thing, this messy triangle, far from over. Between Cardi glowing, Stefon stepping up, and Offset spiraling like he's in a reality show, this drama's got layers. So if you thought the chaos was slowing down, think again. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you Team Cardi, Team Offset, or are you just here for the tea? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you don't miss a single update. We're bringing the real every time. See you in the next one, my stars and hushers. Stay sharp and stay locked in.